What's going on, everybody? We've got information that came out about season one for BO7, the roadmap, stuff about the endgame mode, zombies, multiplayer, the Warzone integration, weapons, operators, all that good stuff that we're going to go over. This video is solely going to probably be about endgame and multiplayer. I will have a separate video on zombies and a separate video on Warzone, and then probably a separate shorter video on the battle pass. So let's get right into it. So this is the blog post they just came out with today, actually. It says, get ready for the biggest season one ever, bringing a massive variety of maps, loadouts, modes, more, including the new Astral Alarm Zombies map, Haven's Hollow Resurgence, huge arsenal of rewards, including new weapons, attachment, camos, and equipment across multiple in-game challenges, events, and a stacked battle pass. Season 1 launches December 4th, so that is Thursday next week? Jesus, only a week. Defeat all adversaries. Black Ops Season 1 is here. The story so far, as the guild claws its way back from the ashes of defeat in the hands of David Mason, Alden Dorn, once the trusted right hand of CEO Emmett Kagan, seizes his moment in a ruthless coup. Dorn casts Kagan aside forever, claiming the throne and reshaping the guild's destiny. His vision is merciless. Capture David Mason at all costs and unlock the secrets buried within the C-Link, the cutting-edge neural tech possessed by only JSOC's elites. This is more than revenge. It's the dawn of a new era forged in blood and ambition. So like I said, that was the roadmap. I've got that pulled up over there. Season 1 endgame content. You can read this if you want to. It's the summary. Endgame intensifies new world events and more. With Endgame now instantly accessible and available to all Black Ops 7 players, it's time to team up, drop into Avalon, and explore this massive new landscape, complete objectives, increase your power, unlock unique weapon camos, and take on new threats. Keep pushing into escalating zones of difficulty, calling on other squads to assist. If the challenges are too great, then be sure to exfil safely to maintain your combat rating and live another day. Avalon Rampage, 4 in-game world events, launch in-season and mid-season. So, wait, there's 4 world events, launch in-season and mid-season. So I'm guessing 2 of them is probably coming in-season, one's mid-season, and one's at launch. You'll need to face down threats and build up your operator's combat rating, skills, and abilities as Season 1 brings you 4 multi-stage events into the mix to challenge players. You're advised to be at least combat rating 45, call up your squad, and bring your highest rarity weapons to the fight. Exotic weapons will certainly help to turn the tide of battle. The first world event at launch is the Colossus of Avalon. Hold up. That's what I thought. That looks like the robot from Origins from BO2. And I guess technically it was on BO3 as well for the Giant. Wild. Okay. Recommended combat rating 45 or higher. A giant mechanical contraption towers over Avalon terrain, leaving a bloody path in its wake. Expect an emergency announcement breaking into your comms to alert all operators within the Avalon combat zones to converge on this massive metal threat. Consult your TAC map for the expected arrival area, and once certain criteria are met, you can watch the terrifying Titan fall from the skies visible across most of the map. That's wild. He's going to be massive. Massive. To claim the bounty of rewards on offer for defeating this behemoth, you may need reinforcements outside of your own squad. Tool up, study the giant for weaknesses, expose its core, and take it out. Fail, and the Colossus will blast off into orbit, so don't delay in your aggression. Huh. So it's sounding like it's going to be one of those events where he comes in, you get a certain amount of time in order to defeat him, and if you don't defeat him within the time limit, he just goes away. Now, does he? I'm guessing he spawns every game that you load in, which is nice. I'll give it that. That's nice. Operator advice: toppling this colossus will be tough, and smaller robotic enemies are likely to be encountered, so you may wish to think about equipping Black Hat, minor ability, or abilities that assist in your evasion or movement capabilities. As always, Crash Cart, which is a major ability, will be an excellent choice to keep you and your squad upright in the battle to come. Okay, I kind of wish they didn't do this part where they said, like, obviously people are going to pick what they want and what they run with better, but this basically gives a minor and a major that, like, they're saying, hey, these are probably the easiest way to do it. That sucks. Oh, I was wrong. Anyways, I wish they wouldn't do that. I was wrong. Toxic Tyrant also comes at launch. I figured 2 of them would be in season, but we're getting 2 at launch. Recommended combat rating is 45 or higher. Initial comm suggests a second major threat to operations within the Avalon theater of combat. In an event codenamed Toxic Tyrant, the emergency alert system breaks into your usual combat chatter to warn you of a severe neurotoxin outbreak occurring in Avalon. Stemming the outbreak requires your top tier team talent and weaponry, as the enemies spilling out of these fear-based summoning anomalies are powerful and unrelenting. With time running out, you'll need to focus on finding the source of the terror and try not to lose your mind entirely when facing the final large-scale threat let loose by this hallucinatory biological weapon. Gonna have to see how that one plays. I don't know. It sounds like an interesting concept, at least. But we're going to have to see how it plays. Additional world events. Wraith Ring, which is the mid-season one. Recommended combat ratings 45 or higher. The challenges in Endgame will only intensify as the season progresses. In the mid-season, keep your eye to the sky in search of a VTOL manifested by fear in the Wraithwing World event. This advanced guild aircraft appears to have cloning capabilities with very lethal consequences, as the squadron seems hellbent on eliminating as many JSOC operators as it can. Disable it, fire at the exposed aircraft, and down that bird. In addition, expect a 4th world event to truly test your skills. So it kind of sounds like the 2 coming at launch are going to be difficult, but not like impossible. And then Wraith Ring sounds like it's cranking up the difficulty rating on the world event, and then I guess there's a 4th one that they're not even going to talk about, which I like the fact that they're hiding the 4th one. The 4th one needs to be a surprise. Speaking of which, new exotic skills and Phantom skill track. Oh. Unlock 8 new exotic skills that change up gameplay in a variety of strategically viable ways at the mid-season. Unlock the new Phantom skill track. Interesting. New exotic skills at launch. Exotic skills are powerful additions acquired by completing world events via a special exotic skill case, which randomly awards you one of the following exotic skills. You can equip and upgrade one exotic skill. If you earn a subsequent exotic skill case, you have one of 2 options. Upgrade the currently equipped exotic skill, or replace the currently equipped exotic skill. Shield? I was reading that. It says shield right there. Exotic skill. With each world event completion, you can equip and upgrade one exotic skill from the following. Mega Punch. Replaces your weapon butt with a deadly punch that knocks back enemies and deals more damage. First upgrade, hits more enemies. Final upgrade, chance to trigger a photon round that damages enemies and drops a healing capsule. It's like a multiplayer version of Melee Macchiato from Zombies, I guess. Interesting. Conjuration. Kill enough enemies to summon toxin butterflies that harass and damage enemies. That's slightly funny. First upgrade, further increase the damage dealt. And the final one is greater increase the damage dealt. Echo Shell, significantly reduced damage taken from behind. The upgrades seem to just reduce even more. Celebration, enemies damaged or affected by equipment have a chance to trigger mortar rounds that target enemies. Further increase, greater increase. Frost Cloud, enemies damaged or affected by equipment have a chance to trigger a frost cloud that slows enemies. Also damages enemies for the first upgrade. Final upgrade, affected enemies will transfer frost to nearby enemies. So it's kind of a mixture of Frost Blast and Cryo Freeze from Zombies. It's weird that we're seeing some of this stuff in, I guess, co-op campaign now, but Endgame is kind of the more open world thing. It's also got zombies in it. It's weird. Resurrection, on fatal damage, become temporarily invulnerable instead of dying, available once per match. Gain full health after surviving. Instead of surviving fatal damage, receive a permanent self-revive that recharges when not downed. That's wild. That will be broken. It's Dying Wish from Zombies, but that will be broken. Shattered Shield. Stun and damage nearby enemies when armor plates break. Final Break gives you temporary invulnerability. Final Break triggers a photon round that deals damage and drops a healing capsule. Okay. I have a feeling most people are going to start running Resurrection out of any of these. Graviton Reaction. Taking melee hits can spawn a black hole that damages and displaces enemies. First upgrade, also triggered by ranged attacks. Also triggers on enemies and area and affected enemy. Huh. Oh, that's a cool picture. I forgot technically manglers are in Black Ops 7. It's just in the in-game mode. Okay. Skill track. Phantom mid-season. Strike unseen and vanish fast, slip past danger, and critical blows from the shadows. Ambush, critical hits from behind on unaware enemies deal more damage, faster melee speed. Trap avoidance. Traps and mines take longer to detect you, undetectable when fully upgraded. Silent movement, quiets movement and reduces enemy detection distance. Elusive target reduces accuracy of enemies shooting at you. Decoy, taking significant damage, deploys an echo unit that distracts enemies. Okay, this skill track actually kind of seems cool. And one to like that would be useful upgrading. Codmus comes to endgame in season. With Codmus comes extra festivities in the endgame. Hunt down frozen projectiles and keep an eye out for the holiday-themed supply box gifts. Weird. In-game progression and rewards continue. The Black Ops 7 co-ops campaign offer a host of unique rewards to unlock, as well as global XP and a dedicated weapon camo track. Here's what you can earn through the campaign. Iridus 1, M15, Mod 0 blueprint, the Phantom Shadow SK blueprint, Razorfire Vertex, which is a Raiden 45 blueprint, Grounded, Mason Operator skin, 55,000 XP plus more rewards. Challenges accepted and game integration. Oh, these are the mastery camos. I was like, what is this? Remember that your level, prestige, and weapon levels all progress across endgame, multiplayer, zombies, and Call of Duty Warzone. Additionally, endgame is fully integrated into both daily and weekly challenges, the latter of which allows you to unlock more loadout items, including weapons and attachments, as well as camos And don't forget the major weapon camo progression for all 30 launch weapons, as well as the 7 Season 1 weapons to unlock with military special and mastery camos specific to the campaign and endgame, including the fabled Molten Gold, Moonstone, Chromaflux, and Genesis camos. That's all of endgame. It sounds like they've got big ideas for this end game mode, and hopefully their ambition isn't too big, because if your ambition's too big, it can kill something if you don't execute it properly. We saw that back in Black Ops 2 with Transit. Transit was a great map on paper, but their ambition was too big for the hardware and stuff at the time, so it ended up turning into this slop fest of lava and fog and everything. And I think they're on the right track with what they're trying to do with Endgame. Hopefully it doesn't get too crazy and end up like the live event on Fortnite or something weird like that. So I'm curious to see how this Endgame stuff plays out. I really am. Black Ops 7 Season 1 multiplayer content. There's the summary if you want to pause and read that. I'm not going to read that. It talks about everything on the blog. Multiplayer maps. The new maps. Utopia. It's a brand new 6v6 medium-sized map. It honestly kind of looks pretty. It reminds me of another map, though. Anyways, once a cutting-edge guild research facility, the site now serves as the nerve center of Project Synapse. Under Aldendorn's command, towering structures pierce the skyline, remnants of a forgotten future now repurposed for ruthless ambition. The layout blends sleek interiors with exposed exteriors across a loose three-lane design. I like three-lane maps. The loose 3 lanes, they play iffy, but they're also trying to incorporate the Omni movement and the wall jumping, and like I can understand it, offering dynamic opportunities for wall jumps, parkour maneuvers, and creative combat flow. That's what I was just talking about. See the residents of the future in the display home and take a load off by the restaurant and garden statue in the center. The showroom displays a cross-section of the city, while the outer lanes border the edges of the map, which drop far down below. Watch your step or risk falling away from this lap of luxury. Oh, so you can fall off this map. Wild. Fate, brand new 6v6, small-sized. Is this a floating island? This is straight up a floating island. Oh, it's from the campaign. There's the machetes. David's dragged back into the nightmare he tried to forget, a fractured memory where fear and regret over Raul Menendez takes physical form. Step into a warped vision of Menendez's Nicaraguan compound, now twisted beyond recognition. Colossal machetes carved through the sky, and shattered pieces of reality hang suspended as if time itself has splintered. Okay, I was wondering why we were on a floating island for a second for a multiplayer map. That means falling off of this map is going to be easy as hell. This dreamlike map features a clearly defined 3-lane layout built on a floating landmass in the sky. Fight in the central courtyard and through the church, or take the outer lanes where the land drops down nothingness and portals provide instant access to different areas of the map. Come out the other side ready to fight. What? There's portals in this map? Whatever. Odysseus launch, brand new 6v6, or it's also going to be 2v2, small sized. Interesting. The team steps into a distorted hallucination aboard the scarred deck of a familiar carrier etched deep into David's past. Close quarters combat dominates as you fight across the deck, overlooking a runway frozen in chaos, aircraft locked mid-explosion, debris suspended in time, and a crimson mist bleeding across the sky. See, that sounds really cool. Bring the fight up close in the barracks and jump off the ceiling vent to crawl over and drop down toward the brig. On the bridge, hallucination intensifies as the frost window blasts outward, glass shards held suspended in air. This sounds like a really cool map. I'm going to have to actually see it to state whether or not it's going to be a really cool map. Standoff. Oh, they're bringing Standoff back. I've loved this map. It's a remaster, 6v6, medium-sized. Loved this map. Remastered for Black Ops 7, Standoff returns with a greater visual fidelity than ever before. Revisit your favorite spots in the classic mid-sized map from Call of Duty Black Ops 2 that played a huge role in casual and competitive play. They are not wrong with that. Flames erupt from the central tower over a main road where everybody knows Standoff. I don't need to read that. Everybody knows Standoff. That's... Oh my god, it looks gorgeous. Slayjacked. It's a variant of Hijacked for Christmas. So we're getting Slayjacked instead of a Christmas variation of Nuketown? Hijack gets more than just a holiday makeover with festive map dubbed smooth slaying for the holidays. This rhythmic classic is lit up with garlands, lights, wreaths, and other decorations. Yackle. Oh, this is coming mid-season. Brand new 6v6 or 2v2, small-sized. High above the neon-soaked streets, the rooftops of this dense Japanese city becomes the stage for betrayal. Lights pulse through the skyline as Alden Dorn closes in on David Mason, navigate a labyrinth of ducts, vents, and industrial structures under the eerie night glow where vertical combat and relentless pursuit turn every ledge into a fight for survival. I'm going to have to see how it plays, but this part right here, I don't know how I'm going to like it. We'll see how it plays, though. Use your wall jump to leap over gaps with sheer drops below and flank enemies through the maintenance passages and around electrical equipment. Yake fits plentiful tactical opportunities across its 3-lane layout. Make the most of them and rule the rooftops for the win. I mean, it looks pretty. We'll just have to see how it plays. Oh, we're getting 2 remasters? We're getting Meltdown as well? Remaster 6v6, medium-sized? Interesting. A fan favorite from Black Ops 2, Meltdown, returns in remastered form for the very first time with modern visuals, dynamic lighting, and molten hot action. This mid-sized industrial map features a nearly symmetrical layout and a classic 3-lane design as operators traverse the nuclear power plant's administrative buildings, cooling tower, and around the turbine down by the water. I mean, that's cool. I really liked Meltdown in BO2. Like, it was one of my favorite maps. I didn't expect this, to be honest. But that's awesome. Fringe. This was just in the last game, was it not? Yeah, it was. Returning Black Ops 6 map. Okay, I'm not going to read this because it was just... Whatever. It was just in the last game, and it's back from BO3. Like, there's... Sure. In case you missed it, Nuketown 2025 is here. Yeah, it's been out for a couple days. I don't think I need to read that either. It's Nuketown. It's a Black Ops game. It's going to have Nuketown. That's just kind of how it goes. I do like the fact that they went with Nuketown 2025, though, instead of trying to create a new one. Because I always liked the look of Nuketown 2025 from BO2. So, wait. More at mid-season. Prepare for an additional blank map variant added to the pool at Season 1 Reloaded. Okay. New multiplayer modes. Or returning multiplayer modes. Same thing. Prop Hunt at launch is a returning mode. We know how Prop Hunt works. One in the Chamber is returning. We also know how One in the Chamber works. You get one in the chamber, you shoot someone, If you kill them, you get another bullet. If not, you've got to melee somebody or die to get a bullet back. So, sharpshooters are returning mode. Put your skills to the test in this free-for-all match where every operator is given the same randomly selected weapon. Every 45 seconds, the weapon changes to a new random weapon for all players, and the cycle continues. I used to love the sharpshooter mode. I haven't played it in forever, but yeah. So those three are coming at launch. Sticks and Stones is the launch window, so it won't come at launch, but maybe like a week or two after launch. Um, yeah, you get a crossbow, a ballistic knife, and combat axe, and it's free for all, and it can get very very hectic in this game mode. It's fun. Gun game, launch window, returning mode, eliminate enemies. You cycle through every weapon in the game pretty much, or like just a select amount of the weapons. I don't remember if it's every weapon in the game or not. First one to cycle through all of them gets the win. It's honestly, out of all of the party game modes that I have ever played, it's the one I have played the most. I have always absolutely loved gun game, and I will continue to love gun game, and I will probably play it quite a bit on this game too. Takeover mid-season. That's a new mode. Okay, so what is Takeover? Takeover. Take what's yours in this highly playable, dynamic objective mode. 2 teams of 6 fight over 3 neutral territories, earning a point for each zone they control. Highest score at the end wins the game. When all 3 of the zones are captured, there's a slight cooldown before all 3 territories move to a new set of locations within the map. So it's kind of a mixture of domination and control, I guess. I don't know. It's weird. I'm curious to see how this plays though, because it's 3 points and they move. Interesting. Focus your tactics on capturing a neutral zone with your squad, and as the capture time shortens with multiple operators in the territory. Even if you're outgunned, leading to some... Oh. You can even slow down your opponent's capture time by defending a zone, even if you're outgunned, leading to some impressive tactical plays. Holiday Havoc is in season. It's a Codmas LTM. Okay, that makes sense. It's prime time for the holidays. Drop into this festive mosh pit, combining your favorite modes with holiday cheer. Eliminate enemies to unlock bonuses like quick regen, sprint speed, and movement speed, helping to patch up your wounds while propelling you into the next fight. Holiday care packages will also occasionally drop with a high chance to pull some top tier score streaks. And Snow Fight, which is in season. It's also a Codmas LTM. Arm yourself with snowballs replenished from piles scattered across the map, and eliminate enemies by hitting them with the snowballs to win the round. No respawns. That sounds like it's going to be hilarious to play. Additional loadout content. There's a new score streak at the launch window, multiplayer only. It's a weekly challenge reward. The score streak is called the Deadeye Drone. It's a lethal, scores 575. It does have a mastery badge. Remote piloted aerial drone equipped with a small magazine sniper rifle unlocked via weekly challenge. Take to the skies remotely with the Deadeye drone to harass and eliminate enemies with it. Its onboard rifle soar over the environment and look for target indicators, marking the only position of enemy operators. Overclock abilities, extended mag and grenadier. That is wild. Expand your arsenal. Returning Black Ops 6 loadout content mid-season. Prepare to unleash havoc on your enemies with some tried and trusted ordnance as a drop of Black Ops 6 loadout content arrives in Black Ops 7 at mid-season, including tactical, 2 lethals, 2 field upgrades, and 8 score streaks. Expect the following to be added to your loadout choices. Note that overclock abilities are not available for these items. That's wild. Okay. The tactical is the shock charge. The 2 lethals are the impact grenade and the thermo grenade. Field upgrade is the morphine injector. Tactical insertion. Score streak is the Archangel launcher, the combat bow, the death machine, the dreadnought, the Grim Reaper, Sam turret, strategic bomber, and the War Machine. Uh-huh. That's kind of crazy. But anyways, that about does it for the multiplayer and the endgame side of things. Be on the lookout for the zombies video and the Warzone videos that I will also be putting out. And until then, until next time.